Welcome back to another episode of Inside Access Control, sponsored by SIA. Very excited today to have Alex Housten from dormakaba join me. Alex, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Recently joined dormakaba, and so I appreciate you. I know everything's busy, especially with the current climate, what's going on. So a lot going on. So appreciate you taking the time to share sort of your background, the company, and then, talk a little bit about what's going on in the marketplace and how you see it. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick off with just a quick introduction of who you are and the company, and then we'll jump into the rest.
Okay. You mentioned I'm Alex Housten. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of dormakaba's Access Solutions Americas business unit, located here in Indianapolis, where our Americas headquarters is. And our mission is to make access in life smart and secure. And we have a full array of access solutions, product lines, and services. We serve North America and South America comprehensively. We aim to be a growing top 3 player in access solutions marketplace.
Wonderful. So as you've come over from where you were prior to this, what gets you excited about the opportunity that you have in front of you?
Our focus here is really on product excellence and growth. And the team here is incredibly talented. We have a lot of products that lead in their respective marketplaces. And we have a tremendous appetite and capacity to grow that leadership position through innovation. And that product creation process is what is exciting to me. So I am absolutely delighted to be here because I'm quite confident, even with the external environment as challenging as it is, we are taking an aggressive pivot to growth, and one that's been in the works for some time with a lot of heavy duty infrastructure and innovation work behind the scenes, but that will be visible to everybody very soon. And that's an exciting time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice when you have good stuff to bring in the market. So speaking of the market, since you brought it up, and looking at what's going on right now, so what's your take on it, what you're seeing? I mean, there's definitely a need, and I know just from my past of working with you from a leadership standpoint, you have this personality. There's a need for leadership right now. So hearing from you sort of how you see it, I think would be good for some people in the marketplace too. So how do you view it?
Thanks, I appreciate it. The first thing about leading in a time like this is just to be transparent and visible and open and honest with all of the folks on our team. And I mean that broadly. That's employees that we are responsible to lead and look out for, but also our channel partners and end users and everybody in the dormakaba ecosystem. It's just really important to be accessible. And in doing that, I mean, you have to be honest. We don't know a lot right now. But there are things we do know, and we always know them. And dormakaba is a company that is fortunate enough to be able to lead with our values. And we take those in a very uncompromising fashion. And in a way, by communicating and recommunicating our values, our employees and channel partners and end users know what to expect every day. And when so much else is uncertain and dynamic and changing, for good reason, constant stable values make a lot of sense. So, we're customer first. That's a great way to start and lead because only by our customers do we add value and have a right to exist in this marketplace. After that, it's curiosity. We can't stand still. We have to be, very present and mindful of what the future will bring. And curiosity is a good way of not just doing what we do today a little bit better, but thinking of the ways that it could be a lot better and really kind of leapfrog our own product lines and our competition on a regular basis. Of course, performance, we have to stand up and make sure that our product means something and fulfills its role, and that we perform as a business for our customers, for our channel partners who build business on our reputation, and also for our owners. That's an important piece too. And then courage. There are times we've got to take risks. The leaders of the company, but also folks who are involved in technology and innovation and in the factory, to do something different than it's always been done, that's a risk. And the courage to do that, and the courage as every step of leadership in the company has to provide the right air cover, knowing that not every time we try to make an innovation in a laboratory environment, of course, protecting our customers, that we're going to have success. We're going to make some investments that don't pan out, but only by trying those things can we be the very, very best in our marketplace. And then, of course, the fifth, trust. by doing all the others well, and by being sincere and open and transparent and always taking a good faith approach to business, we can develop a trust with all stakeholders, employees, channel partners, customers, and be the trusted provider in the marketplace. And that's ultimately our goal. And by following those values on a consistent and regular basis without compromise, we believe we'll add the maximum long-term value. Now, you were probably hoping to have, some sort of outlook about which quarter it fully recovers and how things, I don't know. We have the tools to measure order intake and activity on a daily basis, and we're certainly doing that because we believe we have to have the best information as we run the business. It's not a normal time. Some things look very good, some things don't. But we've gone sort of through that evolution of just how do we get product? It was a pandemic that was occurring in another continent. In fact, we didn't even call it a pandemic. It was just a sort of an Asia sourcing issue. And then it evolved to something that was definitely going to be like a health crisis. And then, gee, could our customers do their work, and would they place as many orders? And now it's more of an economic thing, although we're not completely out of the health phase either. And has there been damage to our core markets as a result of that? It's too soon to tell. I mean, things, they look stable, but there's a lot of moving pieces. So we don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know, and that's why I answer it with values.
No, then that's fair. I mean, that's sort of the vision side of what you bring to give people some comfort, if you would, and the honesty side of we just don't know. But what we do know is how we approach the situation for what it is and attack it in a way. But then also, it sounds like also sort of let some of it take its course and then react to what's going to be there. So no, that's a totally fair answer to what is a complete chaotic standpoint of that end. So let me shift gears just a little bit. As you look at coming in, I always like to ask the question of like, is there anything you're looking for?
Yeah, the main thing that I'm looking to do is provide the leadership that will give a pathway for the great talent and innovation that's here in dormakaba to sort of be unleashed and to run. We have a charge to grow. And all of the ingredients to grow are here. In fact, we've got a lot of the cooking already done. And it's now a matter of just honing in on some priorities and getting certain programs and certain, I would say, marketing initiatives underway in the right priority with the right attention so that they can be executed all the way through properly. And no doubt that recent events, again, in the external environment have influenced a little bit some of those priorities. There's some areas where we're responding to the immediate need for things like touchless and, a safer environment, as it pertains to public and busy spaces, which is, that's where our product is. But for the most part, we're still following the roadmap we set out in a long-term strategy involving pivot to growth recently, and we're just adapting to the new reality. So my mission is to have this team that's here unleashed and able to apply their talents so that we as a company reach our potential with our objective being, very definitely to grow.
Very nice. So that's a good place to come in when you have the opportunities, and now it's time to go execute. So, well, I'm excited to see what comes of it. I've been a fan, that I've written about it, so I put it even on paper. So I'm excited to see what you do with it. And again, I know you're busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to do this and at least sharing some insight on how your approach to taking over what is an organization that has a lot of potential, has done some great things in the past, and there's also some great opportunities in front of it. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.